Hi everyone, here is GigantoGaming and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're gonna guess the retro tracks for the next Mario Kart game. Those choices are completely subjective. You can put your guesses in the comment section. So, for a bit of context, how much cups I'm gonna put? Well, I'm gonna put 6 base retro cups. Yes, 6 base retro cups. For a reason. Since the booster course pass of Mario Kart Deluxe is very popular and liked, maybe Nintendo can make a new DLC like this for the next Mario Kart game. Oh, and we call it Mario Kart 10. All the tracks I will choose are from Super Mario Kart, Mario Kart 64, Mario Kart Super Circuit, Mario Kart Double Dash, Mario Kart DS, Mario Kart Wii, Mario Kart 7, Mario Kart Deluxe, and Mario Kart Tour. I will talk about the DLC cups later. For now, let's talk about the base cups. Those cups will be the Shell Cup, Banana Cup, Leaf Cup, Lightning Cup, Super Bell Cup, and the Blue Shell Cup. Let's start with the Shell Cup, starting with an easy track, because like you all know, the first track of the first cup is always very easy, and I decided to choose Wii Luigi Circuit. Okay, hear me out. Wii Luigi Circuit from Mario Kart Wii needs a comeback. It's one of the only Mario Kart Circuit tracks to have never been remade, alongside Mario Circuit, Toad's Factory, and Wii Bowser Castle. This track is fairly easy, have 2 nice shortcuts at the end of the race, and is very nostalgic for the Mario Kart Wii fans, including me. So, Nintendo will bet on this track and other Wii tracks for nostalgia and make players buy the game. The second track of the Shell Cup is 3DS Daisy Hills. 3DS Daisy Hills also needs a comeback. It's the only Daisy track to have not made a return in the Booster Course Pass. It's a very great Mushroom Cup track in Mario Kart 7, underrated track in general that deserves more love. A remix of the track will be really nice. It also appeared in Mario Kart Tour, and I would love to see a great remake in HD of this track. The third track of the Shell Cup is GCN Peach Beach. Peach Beach is a beach track for Peach present in Mario Kart Double Dash. The beach is similar to Gelato Beach from Super Mario Sunshine. The track has 2 parts. A cobbled street that is very reminiscent of Delfino Plaza from Super Mario Sunshine, and then the beach section. Catawalks serves as obstacles, and Daisy Cruiser can be seen in the background. I would personally love to see a track in Mario Kart 10. It's a relatively fun track, and I would love to see it in HD. The last track of the Shell Cup will be N64 Choco Mountain. N64 Choco Mountain is a very good N64 track that got a very good remake in Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Deluxe. It is set on a mountain made of chocolate. Dang, I'm hungry right now. I love this track. In my opinion, that track needs to come back in Mario Kart 10. I will especially love to see a true remake of this track. That concludes the Shell Cup. What do you think of it? Here is now the Banana Cup. The first track of the Banana Cup is GBA Peach Circuit. GBA Peach Circuit is the first circuit track of Mario Kart Super Circuit released on the Game Boy Advance. That track reappeared in Mario Kart DS and later on reappeared in Mario Kart Tour with a very interesting remake. The track got a huge overhaul along with keeping the same layout as the GBA version. I would love to see the true remake of GBA Peach Circuit in Mario Kart 10, and it will start really well the GBA selection. The second track of the Banana Cup is DS Delfino Square. DS Delfino Square is in my eyes the best track of Mario Kart DS ever. It's a very good track with a catchy theme that I just love. That track is full of piantas and inspired by Delfino Plaza of Super Mario Sunshine. That track deserves a huge glow up from an HD version in 1080p for example. The only time it ever reappeared was in Mario Kart Wii back in 2008. I want this track to reappear, it deserves to. So please Nintendo, add this track in Mario Kart 10. The third track of the Banana Cup is Tour Singapore Speedway. Yes, our very first tour track from Mario Kart 10. Here is Singapore Speedway. Singapore Speedway is by far one of the best Tour City tracks ever. The best one for me. This track is set in Singapore and possesses 3 variants that merge into one big track in Mario Kart Deluxe. This track also possesses 2 music tracks, the normal one and the Chinatown one. Those musics are bangers and the track is so beautiful in Mario Kart Deluxe. It needs to come back in Mario Kart 10, especially I'm representing the dying Mario Kart Tour, so this track must come back. The last track of the Banana Cup is Wii U Sunshine Airport. Sunshine Airport is one of the Nitro tracks for Mario Kart 8 released on the Wii U and Nintendo Switch under the name Mario Kart Deluxe. This track is really unique. It is set on an airport and you can go in a plane. You can even see a plane fly to the sky and pass below it. That track needs to come back. It's one of the only really good Mario Kart Nitro tracks in my eyes. And you can even see N64 Koopa Troopa Beach in the background of it. I really hope this track comes back as a retro track in the next Mario Kart game. This concludes the Banana Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Leaf Cup. The first track of the Leaf Cup is N64 Wario Stadia. That track desperately needs a remake. It's the only N64 track left that has never been remade before, and it's one of the only Wario track that hasn't been remade. It makes almost 30 years that this track hasn't been remade. How can Nintendo leave this track alone? If this track was remade, for me, it will have 2 laps, and the track will be really overhauled and have a very huge remake. It desperately needs a remake. That track has to come back, and I hope it received the major glow up in the next Mario Kart game. The second track of the Leaf Cup is Wii Coconut Mall. What do I need to say? That track is the best Mario Kart track ever for me. It desperately needs a real comeback in HD. Or having limitation because of the BCP having Tour art style, Tour being based on Mario Kart 7 version of Coconut Mall. No, I want a real remake that will beat even the Wii version, which is perfect already. I want Coconut Mall in Mario Kart 10, so I put it in the Leaf Cup. The third track of the Leaf Cup is Tour Piranha Plant Pipeline. Piranha Plant Pipeline is a fairly recent track. It first appeared in the Pipe Tour. This track has some inspiration from the unused Dokkan course from Mario Kart DS. This track is themed around dwarf pipes and not piranha plants. This track is really cool and deserves a comeback in Mario Kart 10 after its future appearance in the Booster Course Pass. I have multiple pipes with different colors, red, blue, etc. Fuzzies are also present in one of the pipes. This track will represent very well Mario Kart Tour, so I would really love to see that track in Mario Kart 10. The last track of the Leaf Cup is Wii U Electrodome. This track is simply the best Nitro track of Mario Kart 8. This track is set at a club when you can see Koopas, Shy Guy, and Toad dancing on a screen. It also possesses split paths and anti-gravity. Even piranha plants are dancing and our character moves its head over the music. The music is a banger. If this track comes back in Mario Kart 10, I wonder how the remix of the music will be if they make one. I really hope this track comes back in Mario Kart 10, so it represents really well the incredible Mario Kart 8. This concludes the Leaf Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Lightning Cup. The first track of the Lightning Cup is GCN Mushroom City. This track desperately needs a comeback. It's the best traffic course of Mario Kart Double Dash. It never returned as a retro track in any Mario Kart game before. It needs to come back. You have multiple different paths which you can take. Make attention to all the cars present in the track. I am sure this track will represent really well Mario Kart Double Dash and will have its very first apparition since its first appearance in Mario Kart Double Dash. I would really love to see this track in Mario Kart 10. The second track of the Lightning Cup is Tour Madrid Drive. Madrid Drive is the last series track to appear in Mario Kart Tour. It first appeared in the Summer Tour with its two variants, Madrid Drive 1 and Madrid Drive 2. The third variant appeared in the 4th Anniversary Tour, which completes Madrid Drive. This city track is very ambitious and possesses multiple landmarks to visit. This city possesses 3 music variants. Yes, 3! More than Singapore Speedway! There is the normal variant, the stadium variant, which is a banger, and the museum variant, a very beautiful remix. Although the stadium and especially museum are really short, the musics are bangers like I said earlier. I wonder how the 3 variants will merge into one in Mario Kart Deluxe. I hope this series track returns in Mario Kart 10. I am sure it will represent really well Mario Kart Tour. The third track of the Lightning Cup is Wii Bowser Castle. This track is one of the only Wii courses that have yet to appear as a retro track in a Mario Kart game. This Bowser Castle is definitely one of the best Bowser Castle in all of Mario Kart history. Be ready for the Bowser statue spitting fireballs and take the half pipes to do amazing tricks and avoiding the fireball from the Bowser statue. Make some tricks to the moving ground at the beginning of the castle and make attention to the lava geysers at the end of the race if you don't wanna lose. I definitely hope this track makes a return in Mario Kart 10. It's one of the best Wii track ever made. The last track of the Lightning Cup, which is obviously a Rainbow Road, will be GBA Rainbow Road. This track is one of the only GBA tracks that have yet to return as a retro course in a Mario Kart game. This track is simply one of the hardest Rainbow Roads in Mario Kart history, especially with the Super Circuit controls, which was particular. I wonder how the remake of it will be. I look forward to the Rainbow Road if it gets remade in Mario Kart 10, and I hope it will be faithful to the original. This concludes the Lightning Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Super Bell Cup. The first track of the Super Bell Cup is 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar. I want Shy Guy Bazaar. That track was planned to be in Mario Kart 8, but was cut for another track. What the hell, Nintendo? The only time it ever returned was in Mario Kart Tour, and in the Booster Course Pass, what do we have? 3 3DS tracks. Yeah, but instead of Shy Guy Bazaar, they thought it was a great idea to put Toad Circuit. Yes, Toad Circuit instead of Shy Guy Bazaar. What the hell, Nintendo? We need Shy Guy Bazaar. It's one of the most unique tracks in Mario Kart ever. It have Shy Guys, one of the best characters ever in the Mario series. I want Shy Guy Bazaar. Please, Nintendo, add this to Mario Kart 10, especially after you scrap it of Mario Kart 8. The second track of the Super Bell Cup is DS Airship Fortress. Airship Fortress first appeared in Mario Kart DS and quickly became a fan favorite alongside the fans. This track is set on an airship, the one from Super Mario Bros. 3 but from the NES. It reappeared in Mario Kart 7 and in Mario Kart Tour. DS fans wanted Airship Fortress in the Booster Course Pass, but instead, as the last DS track, we got DS Mario Circuit, which is really cool too, and it got an amazing remake. It personally made me laugh when I saw DS Mario Circuit over Airship Fortress. I personally think Airship Fortress have a chance to get Mario Kart 10 because it didn't get in the booster course pass and people want it a lot. So it will be a great choice to add it in Mario Kart 10. The third track of the Super Battle Cup is GBA Bowser Castle 4. GBA Bowser Castle 4 is the hardest Mario Bowser Castle in Mario Kart Super Circuit. This Bowser Castle is kinda unique compared to other Bowser Castle. It seems to have some kind of generator with a Bowser emblem on it or some kind, which in turn seems to have exploded. And yes, this track reappeared for the very first time in Mario Kart Tour and got one of the biggest GBA remakes of all time. It almost feels like a Mario Kart 8 remake, just like SNES Bowser Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour, and unfortunately, I'm sorry to say this because I want it, but there is not a lot of chances that we'll see this track in Mario Kart 8. So instead, I decided to put it in the retro tracks on Mario Kart 10. I really hope Nintendo add this track back in Mario Kart 10, especially its true remake, since it's one of the best true remakes in all of Mario Kart. The last track of the Super Battle Cup is Wii U Super Battle Subway. Of course that track could go here. This track is one of the nitro tracks in Mario Kart 8 and it's a really great track. This track is set in a subway station. This track possesses several references to other tracks in Mario Kart 8 such as Mario Kart Stadium, Rainbow Road, etc. You can even go in the subway driving alongside trains. Make attention to them though. This track will be super cool to add in Mario Kart 10, especially in a Super Battle Cup. This was the Super Battle Cup. What do you think of it? At last but not least, here is the Blue Shell Cup. Let's start with obviously the first track. The first track of the Blue Shell Cup is We Dry Dry Ruins. Dry Dry Ruins is a unique desert track that first appeared in Mario Kart Wii. It is set, like I told, in a desert, along with ancient ruins, very inspired by Egyptian ruins. And there is even a pyramid, which we can go through. This pyramid possesses multiple sand pits and half pipes, which we can trick off of them. One Poké is also present and roam around the ruins. Yoshi's things are also present as the decorations. I decided to put Wii Dry Dry Ruins because this track is the only Wii track left that got remade in Mario Kart Tour that will not be in the Booster Course Pass, so I put it here. The second track of the Blue Shell Cup is another Wii track. I know, there is already a ton of Wii tracks in the Booster Course Pass, but this one in particular hasn't been remade at all. So I think for Mario Kart 10, it have a huge chance of getting in. Here is Wii Toad's Factory. It's a crime to not have remade this track yet. This track first appeared in Mario Kart Wii and never reappeared again. It is set in a factory where Toads create the item boxes. Yes, the item boxes originate from Toad's Factory. This track, although it's very simple, it's really fun. It possesses conveyor belts and hydraulic crushing machines that can crush the player. This track definitely needs a return, and I can even imagine a remix of the music. I really hope this track comes back in Mario Kart 10. The third track of the Blue Shell Cup is SNES Ghost Valley 3. Okay, that track may be super weird, but hear me out. SNES Ghost Valley 3 has never been remade before, if you don't count Super Circuit. This track for Super Mario Kart is really hard. It have the sharpest turns, have narrow roadways and large holes on the track. I would love to see how a remix of the music will be like Blue Lake in Mario Kart Deluxe. So I put this track here since it deserves a remake in my eyes. and will represent super well Super Mario Kart. The last track of the Blue Shell Cup and the last track of Mario Kart 10 will be DS Rainbow Road. Yes, DS Rainbow Road, finally! This Rainbow Road is definitely one of the best Rainbow Roads. It possesses vertical loop and a corkscrew. Like GCN Rainbow Road, multiple warp pipes and stars are present on the track. I would personally like to see that Rainbow Road return and how a remake of it will be. So I personally put it for the big final. Phew, that's it. We finished the base game cups. But it's not the end. Remember that I talked about DLC cups? Well, yes. I think there is a chance that Nintendo could release some kind of booster course pass for Mario Kart 10. But how much cups will be added? Well, I would say the same number of cups as in the booster course pass for Mario Kart Deluxe, because this game needs to be able to maintain some kind of same amount of content compared to Mario Kart Deluxe to be able to survive against Mario Kart Deluxe. But what will be the cups? Well, I think there will be the Sunshine Cup, Boo Cup, Mega Mushroom Cup, Super Hammer Cup, Ice Flower Cup, Super Horn Cup, Super Crown Cup, Mario Hot Cup, Coin Cup, Bullet Bill Cup, Rotten Mushroom Cup, and finally the Rainbow Star Cup. Those cups will release as waves like the Booster Course Pass. Wave 1 we have the Sunshine Cup and Boo Cup, Wave 2 we have the Mega Mushroom Cup and the Super Hammer Cup, Wave 3 we have the Ice Flower Cup and Super Horn Cup, Wave 4 we have the Super Crown Cup and Mario Hot Cup, Wave 5 we have the Coin Cup and Bullet Bill Cup, and finally, Wave 6 we have the Rotten Mushroom Cup and finally, the Rainbow Star Cup. For those positions, I will only put retro tracks, I will not make nitro tracks. Let's start with the Sunshine Cup. The first track of the Sunshine Cup is N64 Koopa Troopa Beach. N64 Koopa Troopa Beach first appeared in Mario Kart 64 and reappeared in Mario Kart 7 and Mario Kart Tour. This track is set on a beach and have a giant rock with the shape of a Koopa. I personally would like to see that track since it's a really great track and it will really benefit from HD graphics. The second track of the Sunshine Cup is GCN Mario Circuit. GCN Mario Circuit first appeared in Mario Kart Double Dash and is the second track of the Flower Cup. After its debut in Mario Kart Double Dash, it was planned for this track to reappear in Mario Kart DS, but was cut for letting instead GCN Luigi and Yoshi Circuit. Instead, GCN Mario Circuit reappeared in Mario Kart Wii as one of the 16 retro tracks from this game. Personally, I would like to see this track, since it's in my eyes a really good Mario Circuit that deserves more love. The third track of the Sunshine Cup is 3DS Woohoo Loop. Woohoo Loop is one of the only 3DS tracks that have yet to appear as a retro track in a Mario Kart game. This track is the very first track in the Mario Kart series to be section based, and it is set in the Woohoo Island from Wii Sport Resort. This track is incredible. It's really sad it's still not reappeared as a more retro track in Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Deluxe. And the worst is that there was assets for this track left in Mario Kart Tour, meaning that this track had a chance to be in Mario Kart Tour, but it got scrapped. So I really hope Woohoo Loop reappear as a retro track in Mario Kart 10. So I want it to be in the Sunshine Cup. The last track of the Sunshine Cup is Wii U Toad Harbor. Toad Harbor is one of the Nitro tracks made for Mario Kart 8, and it's a really fun track. This track is based on San Francisco. It also possessed a statue modeled on Princess Peach based around the Statue of Liberty found in USA. Some cable cars are also found on the race, make attention to them. This track will represent really well Mario Kart 8, and I wonder how a remix of the track will be. This concludes the Sunshine Cup. What do you think of it? Now, here is the Boo Cup. The first track of the Boo Cup is DS Luigi's Mansion. For a book up, Luigi's Mansion have to be in. So, DS Luigi's Mansion first appeared in Mario Kart DS as the last course of the Mushroom Cup. It is set in the Luigi's Mansion from the iconic game Luigi's Mansion. The mansion is located in a dark forest with dead trees, and you have to drive through the dark forest and haunted mansion. Personally, I feel like this track will go super well in the book up, so I decided to put this track here. The second track of the book up is Wii U Twisted Mansion. Twisted Mansion is one of the Nitro tracks made for Mario Kart 8. It is the third track of the Flower Cup. Just like Luigi's Mansion, it is set in a haunted and dark mansion, but this time you have an underwater part, one gliding section, and a big anti-gravity section. This track will go super well for the book up, since it's a haunted place with booze and a relatively simple track. So I decided to put it here. The third track of the book up is N64 Banshee Boardwalk. N64 Banshee Boardwalk first appeared in Mario Kart 64 as the third track of the Special Cup. This track has inspiration from Ghost Valley from Super Mario Kart. This track is set in a boardwalk, and you can see in the track a giant ship out of the water. In the second part of the track, you can see an abandoned building with bats lowering the speed of the player. I decided to put this track in the book up since it's a haunted track and a bit creepy, not gonna lie, and will fit super well the book up. The last track of the book up is GBA Broken Pier. GBA Broken Pier first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit and was the second track of the Special Cup, like the N64 Banshee Boardwalk. This track is one of the few GBA tracks that never received a remake for other Mario Kart games. Boos appear halfway through each race and steals the player's coins. Flickering shortcuts are also available and are really difficult to take, making them really rewarding. Sinister mountains can be seen in the background. I personally would love to see a remake of this track along with GBA Rainbow Road, so that all the GBA tracks got remake finally, and GBA Broken Pier is arguably the best haunted track from Super Circuit. I want it to be Mario Kart 10. So this concludes the book cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Mega Mushroom Cup. Starting off the Mega Mushroom Cup is SNES Mario Circuit 4. SNES Mario Circuit 4 is one of the only SNES tracks who have never been remade before, if you don't count Super Circuit. It is by far the longest Mario Circuit in Super Mario Kart. Pipes and oil slicks are found in the race. I would like to see a huge overhaul of the track, like SNES Bowser Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour. I hope this happens, and it will represent really well Super Mario Kart, where it all started. The second track of the Mega Mushroom Cup is Wii Mushroom Gorge. Mushroom Gorge is such an iconic track from Mario Kart Wii. It is the third track of the Mushroom Cup. This track is located on a mountainous zone with tall mushrooms. However, there is a cave too, and in this cave, multiple mushroom trampolines are present which you can bounce off and make some cool tricks. I personally would love to see the Mario Kart Deluxe version of this track, since it's definitely the best version of this track, and I hope it returns in Mario Kart 10. The third track of the Mega Mushroom Cup is Tour Sydney Sprint. Sydney Sprint is one of the best city tracks ever made in Mario Kart Tour. This track is set in Australia, in the city of Sydney. Just like all the other city tracks in Mario Kart Tour, this city track has 3 variants, which merge into one big track in Mario Kart Deluxe. The track also possesses one banger music. I would personally love to see Sydney Sprint because of the track being really fun and the music which I love so much. It will represent extremely well Mario Kart Tour, and I hope this track comes back in Mario Kart 10. The last track of the Mega Mushroom Cup is GBA Cheap Island. GBA Chip Chip Island first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit as the third track of the Lightning Cup. It is set on a tropical island. The track takes place at a beautiful sunset and all Chip Chips are seen in the background, jumping for whatever reason. The music is super relaxing and is one of the best music of Mario Kart Super Circuit. I would love to see that track again since it didn't got a chance to be in the Booster Course Pass sadly. This concludes the Mega Mushroom Cup. What do you think of it? Now, before talking about the other cups, I would like to ask you to like this video, share it to everyone, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell to be notified of my videos. It's very quick and it helps me a lot. Thank you if you do it, everyone. Now, let's go see the other cups. Next is the Super Hammer Cup. The first track of the Super Hammer Cup is Tour Vancouver Velocity. Vancouver Velocity is simply in the top 3 best city tracks of Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart Deluxe. It takes place at night in the beautiful city of Vancouver in Canada. You can go over the Suspension Bridge, the Lost Lagoon, the Vancouver Public Library, and the Quarters Arena with skating Shy Guys. The music is beautiful, and it's definitely one of the best city tracks ever made. And I hope this track appears again in Mario Kart 10. The second track of the Super Hammer Cup is GCN Dino Dino Jungle. GCN Dino Dino Jungle is one of the best tracks of Mario Kart Double Dash. It is set in a prehistoric jungle with canyons, lake, and many dinosaurs roaming over the track. Geysers and Anushi are present as obstacles. This track is incredible. It has the same theme as DK Mountain, and the theme is really good. I would personally love to see a track again in Mario Kart 10, since its last appearance is in Mario Kart Tour, and it's literally the 7 remake. The third track of the Super Hammer Cup is SNES Bowser Castle 2. Just like SNES Bowser Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour, this track comes from Super Mario Kart released on the SNES. This track was never remade in any new Mario Kart game, except Super Circuit of course. This Bowser Castle is kinda unique since it possesses forks. There is even a route that leads to a huge stop, preventing you from falling into the lava. I would love to see a track again in Mario Kart 10, especially with the same overhaul as SNES Bowser Castle 3 in Mario Kart Tour, which, like you all know, got a massive glow up. The last track of the Super Hammer Cup is GBA Yoshi Desert. Yoshi Desert first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit. Pyramids and Yoshi Sphinx serve as decorations around the track. Cacti and quicksand are present as obstacles. Make attention to the piranha planks in the quicksand, praying for any cart that dare go in the quicksand. Oases are also present in the track, which can be used as shortcuts. I personally would love to see that track, especially the true remake, since it got a very good remake faithful to the OG version, and unfortunately it didn't got a chance to be in the Booster Course Pass. So instead, maybe in the next game? This concludes the Super Hammer Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Ice Flower Cup. Starting off the Ice Flower Cup is 3DS Rosalina's Ice World. Rosalina's Ice World is an ice track that first appeared in Mario Kart 7, and it was the second track of the Special Cup. It's the only Rosalina track in the entire series, and have inspiration from Super Mario Galaxy. Swimming penguins are present underwater. We can even see a building that resembles the Comet Observatory. Personally, even though it's not the best 3DS track in my eyes, I would love to see this track in HD, with the space above us, with all those beautiful stars. The second track of the Ice Flower Cup is GBA Snowland. GBA Snowland first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit. It was the first track of the Star Cup. Like N64 Frappe Snowland, snowmen are present in the track and serve as obstacles. In Super Circuit, that track was not really great at all, but in Tour in a Deluxe, it got the best GBA remake ever, and just for this, I want to see the Tour 8 Deluxe version in Mario Kart 10. I really want it. The third track of the Ice Flower Cup is N64 Sherbet Land. N64 Sherbet Land first appeared in Mario Kart 64, and it is presented as the second track of the Star Cup. Penguins are abundant in this track, make attention to them. A cave section also exists and features big penguins which have to dodge. The music is really beautiful and fits really well an ice Christmas track. I would love to see this track with a huge glow up and amazing remix of the music. The last track of the Ice Flower Cup is Tour Merry Mountain. Merry Mountain is one of the non-city tracks that exist from Mario Kart Tour. It is set in a small and festive village in a foggy mountain with tons of Christmas presents and candy canes. A magic locomotive roams around the mountain. In Mario Kart Tour, this track only appears in winter for the Christmas time, which is perfectly the track. I would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10 since it's a very charming track and I love Christmas. This concludes the Ice Flower Cup. What do you think of it? Now, here is the Super Horn Cup. Starting off the Super Horn Cup is 3DS Warrior Shipyard. 3DS Warrior Shipyard first appeared in Mario Kart 7. It is presented as the second course of the Star Cup. The track is presented as a sunken warrior pirate ship in a stormy weather. The track also reappeared in Mario Kart Tour. Minecart with gold are also present, which references Warrior's Gold Mine from Mario Kart Wii. I would personally love to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since it's a fun warrior course, and got a glow up in Mario Kart Tour, which is sad to not see in the Booster Course Pass. The second track of the Super Horn Cup is Wii Moonview Highway. Wii Moonview Highway first appeared in Mario Kart Wii as the second track of the Special Cup. This track combined Toad's Turnpike, Mushroom Bridge, Mushroom City, and Shroom Ridge to make the best traffic course in all of Mario Kart history. This track possesses two parts, the cliff section, reminiscent of Shroom Ridge, and a little bit of Toad's Turnpike too, which also possesses a bridge like Mushroom Bridge, and the city section reminiscent of Mushroom City with a tunnel like Mushroom Bridge. The track also possesses the bomb cars present in Mushroom Bridge and City. The music in this track is incredible, especially the ADX version. I would love to see this track again in Mario Kart 10. This track is so good. The third track of the Super Horn Cup is DS Bowser Castle. DS Bowser Castle is one of the only DS tracks that never appeared again as a virtual track in Mario Kart. It is the third track of the Special Cup. Compared to other Bowser Castles, there are only 4 trumps in this track. The background features a forest of dead trees and dark mountains, as well as an orange sky. This Bowser Castle is the only Bowser Castle to feature a rotating cylindrical bridge. It also has a spinning floor and 4 platforms above a large portion of lava. I would personally love to see this track again, since it's one of the best Bowser Castles in the entire series, and have unique gimmicks. The last track of the Super Horn Cup is GCN Rainbow Road. GCN Rainbow Road first appeared in Mario Kart Double Dash and is presented as the last course of the Spiny Cup, like all the Rainbow Roads. This track, compared to other Rainbow Roads, is located above Mushroom City. This track possesses a helix and a large pipe that launches the players up in the air. It also has giant rainbow figures. I personally put this Rainbow Road here as the half of the DLC because I think this Rainbow Road doesn't fit that much a big finally track. But I still like this Rainbow Road, although it's not the best in my eyes. Wow, we just finished the first half of this DLC and it's still not finished. Let's continue with the Super Crown Cup, starting with Wii U Twomp Ruins. Twomp Ruins is one of the Nitro tracks in Mario Kart 8 and appears as the last track of the Mushroom Cup. It is set on ancient ruins populated with Twomps. This track is kinda challenging. It requires some skills to dodge all the obstacles and it's really fun. I would personally love to see this track again in Mario Kart 10. The second track of the Super Crown Cup is Wii Mario Circuit. Wii Mario Circuit is the Mario Circuit from Mario Kart Wii. It was the first track of the Flower Cup. It's a generic circuit track, like what we all have in Mario Kart games. This track is very reminiscent of DS Figure Circuit, judging by the overview. This track takes place in a town in front of Peach's castle. I personally would like to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since it's an easy track that can fit really well the Super Crown Cup. The third track of the Super Crown Cup is GBA Lakeside Park. GBA Lakeside Park first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit and appeared as the first track of the Special Cup. It is set on a muddy road by a lake surrounded by a forest and volcanoes. The iconic part of this track is of course the volcanoes. In the second lap, the sky started getting darker, the volcanoes erupt and send lava boulders to the course. You really need to make attention to this. I personally would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since this track got an amazing tour remake that will not appear in the Booster Course Pass sadly. The last track of the Super Crown Cup is Tour Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island takes place, well, in the Yoshi's Island. The team used is an excellent arrangement of the athletic team from Yoshi's Island. Many cameos from this game appear on the race, like incoming chomps, petrol guys, Goonies, an enormous Nappy Nut, Paratroopers, Sidesteppers, and Poochie also appears in the 8 Deluxe version. There is even a goal ring near the finish line. I would love to see the track in Mario Kart 10, since it's simply the best Nitro track of Mario Kart Tour. This concludes the Super Crown Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Mario Hat Cup. Starting off the Mario Hat Cup is N64 Mario Raceway. N64 Mario Raceway is in Mario Kart 64. It is set as the last course from the Power Cup. It is also the second shortest course of Mario Kart 64. This track is a typical circuit course with not that much going on. It also got a remake in Mario Kart 2. This track in my eyes would fit well as the first track of the Mario Hat Cup for me, so I put it here. The second track of the Mario Hat Cup is Wii U Switch Mario Kart Stadium. Mario Kart Stadium is the first track of the Mushroom Cup in Mario Kart 8. It is set on a normal circuit, but instead of a normal and typical circuit track like Mario Raceway for example, it is set like a stadium. It is also the very first track to be named after the Mario Kart series itself. I would personally love to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since it's one of the best generic circuit track actually. The third track of the Mario Hat Cup is DS Mario Circuit. DS Mario Circuit first appeared in Mario Kart DS as the third course of the Star Cup, which makes it the only Mario Circuit, with SNES Mario Circuit 4, to be in the Star Cup. Goombas, Fire Piranha Plants, and Piranha Plants are present in the track and serve as obstacles. This track reappeared in Mario Kart Tour and in Mario Kart Deluxe as the second track of the Boomerang Cup. I personally would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since it's one of the best Mario circuits ever created. But could another one surpass it? The last track of the Mario Hat Cup is 3DS Mario Circuit. 3DS Mario Circuit is simply the best Mario circuit ever created. It is set on a normal circuit, but compared to all the Mario circuits, this time you go in the Peach Castle, which is really cool. There is also a blossoming peach trees on that section of the track. It also possesses a small pipe section near the end. Goombas are present too and serve as obstacles. I personally would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10. It's the best Mario circuit ever created, and it's a crime that Toad Circuit got choose instead of 3DS Mario Circuit in the Booster Course Pass. This concludes the Mario Hat Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Coin Cup. Starting off the Coin Cup is a RMX track. Yes, some RMX track from Mario Kart Tour may come back for me. Starting with RMX Vanilla Lake 1. RMX Vanilla Lake 1 is one of the Nitro tracks from Mario Kart Tour. It reused Vanilla Lake as a base, but completely changed its layout to make something great. it now have water geysers! The track is somewhat comparable to N64 Sherbet Land, but not that much. Oh, and there is also a penguin too! I would like to see this track in Mario Kart 10, because it's one of the better RMX track, and I would love to hear a remix of it. The second track of the Coin Cup is Wii Koopa Cape. Wii Koopa Cape is a huge fan favorite from Mario Kart Wii. It is the second track from the Star Cup. The course takes place on an island of some sort. The island also have a river section and underwater tunnel section. This track is obviously owned by Koopa. The name literally have Koopa in it. I would love to see this track again in Mario Kart 10, since it's one of the best Wii tracks and one of the best tracks in the entire series, and I love this track so much. The third track of the Coin Cup is Tour Romabanti. Romabanti is one of the many city tracks from Mario Kart Tour. It is obviously set in Rome and first appeared in Night Tour from 2023. In this city track, you can go in the infamous Colosseum, race through the Roman Forum, Piazza del Campidoglio, the Spanish Steps, Villa Borghese Gardens, Trevi Fountain, Trajan Market, and Piazza Navona. This track is beautiful, and the music is very chill and charming. It is a very great track that I would love to see in Mario Kart 10. The last track of the Coin Cup is 3DS Neo Bowser City. Neo Bowser City first appeared in Mario Kart 7, and was presented as the third course of the Star Cup. It takes place in a rainy, neon-lit and technologically advanced city themed after Bowser. Many neon signs displaying Bowser are found along the race. It is also the second track in the series to be set in the rain alongside GBA Luigi Circuit. This track is underrated and deserves more love in my eyes, and I personally would love to see it in Mario Kart 10. This concludes the Coin Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Bullet Bill Cup. Starting off the Bullet Bill Cup is N64 Kalimari Desert. N64 Kalimari Desert first appeared in Mario Kart 64 and was the last course of the Mushroom Cup. This track is set on an empty desert with not that much going on. However, the unique gimmick of this track is without a doubt its train. Sometimes on the race, a train appears and will block the player while driving. Don't touch it or we will be hurt by it. We have to go through the train track 2 times before finishing the track. This track will serve well as a cup opener, so I decided to put it here. The second track of the Bullet Bill Cup is SNES Vanilla Lake 2. Yes, SNES Vanilla Lake 2. This track is, well, it first appeared in Super Mario Kart and was the fourth course of the Special Cup. It is a circle track around a lake. The course is icy, meaning ice physics. Yeah, not that much going on, since it's not really a great track. But why did I put it here then? Well, it's for the music. I would love to hear a remix of Vanilla Lake theme, since the theme isn't so bad after all. So I decided to put it here. The third track of the Bullet Bill Cup is GBA Luigi Circuit. GBA Luigi Circuit first appeared in Mario Kart Super Circuit and is presented as the first course of the Lightning Cup. It is one of the only tracks to be set at train, and is also the only Luigi Circuit track to not appear in the Mushroom Cup. The track is set in an airfield filled with rain puddles during a downpour. This track is one of the best secret tracks and got an amazing remake in Mario Kart Tour, faithful to the original version. I would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10, since it didn't have the chance to be in the Mario Kart Deluxe booster code fast, sadly. Sorry, Swiftjar. The last track of the Bullet Bill Cup is Tour Squeaky Clean Sprint. Squeaky Clean Sprint is one of the main nitro tracks on Mario Kart Tour. This track is set in a giant bathroom, and the course makes us go through various parts of the bathroom, counters, shelves, bathtubs, and drains. This track is simply one of the best Mario Kart tracks ever created. is such a wacky and stupid idea to make a bathroom track, but they managed it to make so much fun. I want this track to be in Mario Kart 10 definitely. This concludes the Bullet Bill Cup. What do you think of it? Next is the Rotten Mushroom Cup, the penultimate cup. Starting off the Rotten Mushroom Cup is Tour Piranha Plant Cove. Piranha Plant Cove is, again, one of the many Tour Nitro tracks from Mario Kart Tour. It is set on the archipelago containing underwater ruins with piranha plant motifs. Many hieroglyphs depicting 8-bit piranha plant sprites from the first Super Mario Bros. Game are found, as well as floating pillars, swamps, morays, clampies, chip chips, jelly beans, and bulbers. This track seems to kinda base on Atlantis too. This track is also the only non-city track from Mario Kart Tour to feature 3 variants, like the city tracks. This track is one of the best Nitro tracks made, and I would love to see it in Mario Kart 10, as well as a remix of the theme, which is a banger. The second track of the Rotten Mushroom Cup is RMX Bowser Castle 1. This track, unlike other RMX tracks, is based this time on GBA Bowser Castle 1 from Mario Kart Super Circuit. Conveyor belts are the new addition to this track. Trumps are of course in this track too. This track will do super well as a great addition to Mario Kart 10 as an easy track. The third track of the Rotten Mushroom Cup is Wii Maple Treeway. Maple Treeway. Maple Treeway. Such a beautiful track. It first appeared in Mario Kart Wii and was the third track of the Star Cup. This track is set on a large forest during autumn. We can even go on a giant tree with wigglers on the tree top. Leaf pipes are also present and can give you objects if you drive through them. This track is such a beautiful track. The music is a banger. It is set on autumn, my favorite season and my birth season since I'm born in autumn. I want this track to be in Mario Kart 10 definitely. The last track of the Rotten Mushroom Cup is 3DS Rainbow Road. Yes, a Rainbow Road already. 3DS Rainbow Road first appeared in Mario Kart 7 and was the last track of the Special Club, obviously. This track is set around the moon with several small asteroids in the background. We can even go on the moon and the rings of Saturn itself. It is also the only Rainbow Road with the remake of N64 Rainbow Road of Mario Kart 8 to be section based. It's also one of the longest Rainbow Roads even ever created. Even though the longest is still without a doubt the original version of N64 Rainbow Road. I decided to put this track here because it is simply one of the best Rainbow Road ever created alongside Wii Rainbow Road. Everything is majestic with this track. This concludes the Rotten Mushroom Cup. What do you think of it? And now, here is the last cup. Yes, finally, the last cup. Here is the Rainbow Star Cup. Starting off the Rainbow Star Cup is Tour Athens Dash. Athens Dash is one of the many city tracks of Mario Kart Tour. It is set on Athens, like its name implies. However, instead of going through the city that everyone knows, this time you go through the ancient ruins of Athens. Mainly the Acropolis and the many ancient ruins atop it, like the Parthenon and the Erechtheion. This city also have a huge statue of Athena at the beginning of the track, made of ivory and gold, wielding a spear and shield. This track is one of the best city tracks. It breaks the theme of a city and makes us go through ancient ruins. I really hope this track returns in Mario Kart 10, and the music is truly a banger. The second track of the Rainbow Star Cup is GCN War Colosseum. War Colosseum is a Wario track located in a Colosseum. Mushroom City can be seen in the background. It is the second longest track in all of Mario Kart Double Dash. Nintendo even had to reduce the lap counters to 2 laps because of how long it is. A picture that says Wario Kart is also present at the beginning of the course. Personally, I would love to see this track in Mario Kart 10. It's one of the only GCN courses to not have been remade before. It's a very good track, it deserves to be in. The third track of the Rainbow Star Cup is N64 Bowser's Castle. N64 Bowser's Castle first appeared in Mario Kart 64 and was said to be the last track of the Star Cup. This track features a giant fire-breathing Bowser statue, multiple laughing traps that spin you out, or can crush you until you become a pancake. At the end of the track, you race on the roof of the castle. The music in this track is borderline creepy. Not as much as Benchy Boardwalk, but as a kid, I was scared of this track back in Mario Kart Wii. I sincerely hope this track comes back in Mario Kart 10. It is such a cool Bowser castle, it needs to come back. And here we have it, the last track of Mario Kart 10. Here is Wii Rainbow Road! Guys, what other track can fit such a big final as Wii Rainbow Road? Wii Rainbow Road is simply, with 3DS Rainbow Road, the best Rainbow Road of all time. It is the hardest track in all of the series. The 2 remake is extremely great. I wait for this track to be in the Booster Course Pass so much, and I want it to be in Mario Kart 10 too. Please Nintendo, bring back this track more often in the future, please. Well, here we have it, my retro track selection of Mario Kart 10. What do you think of it? If you liked it, please consider like this video, subscribe to my channel and click the bell to be notified for more videos. This was GigantoGaming, and everyone, see you next time!